review of the 10-year plan done on a long basis. Now, we had Councillor Johnson here, and we had Councillor Ward. Councillor Ward today. Oh, good on him. Well, at least he came along and he heard what the ratepayers had to say, as did Councillor Johnson, and I think that's actually reflected in Councillor's letter to the local newspaper, and that he actually recommended to you all that you turn up and hear what ratepayers have to say. You are the voices of our so-called democracy. You are not here to come to meetings and rubber stamp what the officers put in front of you. If we have no representation, I would dare say we should not be taxed. We should not be paying rates if you people are not going to represent us, if you are not going to look at the financial effects of what the officers put forward to you. Thank you very much, Councillor, for pointing out to us that the projected debt in 5 years' time will be about 170 million. And so the annual cost of interest, this is interest only, comes to about $900. That's per ratepayer, okay? At the moment, the debt is an annual interest bill of about 7.2 million. Interest. This is not your capital. That equates to about $500 per ratepayer. So $500 of every ratepayer payment is going to interest on borrowing. Now, I don't know what level of expenditure that council has to ask to see what will be the financial outcome on. But I suggest that if it's something, I would guess something like $50,000, you can make up a lot of payments and you can just keep everything under $50,000 and it doesn't have to come before you guys at committee. Okay? Let's say, I'm just saying, I think it's probably about $50,000. Now, your CEO will probably say, well, you know, we can't be running to you with the bills all of the time. They're not elected. They're you know, a job like anybody else. We're employed to run this show. Okay? The big difference in a council of officers running the show and a business running the show is that a business running the show makes their profits and makes their capital and commits themselves to interest, etc. with their own money. The money every cent that's coming, that's paid for this, paid for our council's, our elected representative stipends, and all of the officers' wages are coming out of the ratepayers' pockets. Every cent. Now, I don't care if in the year you say, oh, but we're a business, we're a corporation. We don't actually have to be accountable to you after it's in our coffers. That is so undemocratic, it's not funny. Right, I'll give you some expenditure, okay, because you don't seem to know where the expenditure is going. The Garden of Tutanui. I have an invoice here, okay, from your Chief Executive, and it is with disappointment that I'm forwarding to you the attached invoice for $495. This is to recover the extra costs incurred by the council following your removal of the stones from the Garden of Tutanui and relocating them to the Cambridge Street property, blah, blah, blah. Also sent me, which of course I have no intention of paying, also sent me the total cost so that I could be assured that I was getting, you know, charged the right amount from the person who actually moved the stones and put the dirt down there. Now, as councillors, you should know about the story of the garden and the letters, the emails that passed between the Chief Executive and myself.
Because I'm conscious of time.
Yes.
We do know all the information around that.
Yes, okay,
Get
well,
to the point on your
yes,
finance.
I'll get to the point of how much money it costs, okay? I sent an email to the officers saying, don't worry about moving those stones. We've got people in Pakia, okay, who are happy to move the stones and save the ratepayer money, and we can actually put them on the net, or we can put them out to Kent or whatever, and we can put that money back into the Pakia community. Plenty of money needed in the Pakia community. No, we couldn't do that. So in the end, it cost the ratepayer $2,333.25. $495 of that was my moving stones, and $1,100 was supply and spread soil, and $534 was to remove the stones. Altogether, a grand total of $2,333.25. Most of all of this expenditure is never seen by you guys. My advice to you would be to lower the amount where you have to look at how the officers are spending money. Millions of dollars are obviously getting by you. You know, if you've got a bill of $7.2 million in interest, and you don't know how that's been spent, you know, why are you standing for elections? Why don't we just get a company to do this stuff for us and forget about elected representatives? Forget about rates, because your performance in this is incredible. Okay, so we had the Garden of Tutanut. Okay, so you might hear about a few of these things if you went out and you talked to your ratepayers, but of course you've got your CEO there sending you emails basically telling you not to talk to your ratepayers. This was sent out to me as part of the Pakia Community Board. And it's basically saying, good morning all, you're aware of the special consultative procedure. That was all those expensive meetings that they had in all of the places where the elected representatives did not turn up, most of them. Okay, it was the officers. The SPC invites the public to make comment on the proposal, in this case the drafting. As a councillor, you are required to maintain an open, impartial